We're speeding up today. All right. Let's see. Any. Okay. Got everyone. Okay, okay. Think I got everyone I've ever reviewed yet. Is there another individual? I think I have one more VOD up. Hold on. Nope, this one was reviewed. Alright, well this is just a formality. We're just formality talking right now. Back to silver? Welcome back to silver. Hopefully it's treating you well. Oh, is this my VOD channel? It is. Yeah, sometimes you gotta fall to rise up. Yeah, it's fine. I wouldn't... I showed you the graph earlier where it's like, don't worry about it. A lot of it is, just kind of getting, like, your floor. And just slowly improving it over time. The idea is that we do want to focus on improving... You specifically, you need to peek more with intention. I want to fight this guy. You peek him. No more walking at him. My band walking. Alright. I did want to do this for a while now, though. Hold on. Let me get this going. You've done that? Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I did want to get into building this. Because I'm going to use this as an introduction for people. This is going to look like a Connect 4 board, but just stick with me. It'll be good to have this recorded instead of just trying to wing this shit. You know, I didn't even think about changing my game, huh? Okay, I'm not doing that. Just chatting, I guess. Oopsie. I didn't change everything. Hold on. Bang. There we go. Coaching someone else? I am not. No one has submitted a VOD. Right now, I'm just trying to get all my bearings for the basis of what I'm going to be doing. So you're just gonna hear this live, but this is going to be a part of a recorded series. Okay, and alright, so let's just make these just random. So whatever one looks good to my eye. Alright. How'd the prep work? How's your day been, 4K? How's it been? How's it been? I'm trying to fill in the gap because this is gonna take me a bit. It's gonna be crude because I don't really mind. My artistic vision is not gonna be showing. Also, I'm doing this with like a mouse instead of a drawing tablet, which is probably a cardinal sin. Aside from D-ranking? Fuck yeah. What is this? Send on Wednesday? We'll see on the Wednesday stream, but yeah. Okay, so the idea behind this is how I've actually reframed my entire idea of coaching. We're going to call it the switchboard. There's no way I'm allowing that. No, I want it to be readable. Okay, so the idea behind the switchboard is we're we're chalking this down to a concept called interactions. And I'm stealing this from the fighting game community because this is how they improve at the game, and I think this is the more optimized way of improvement. And so what these all represent are specific interactions. Of course, the switchboard is not accurate. There's not it's not like 30 total interactions you need to know in order to get really good at Valorant. The number of interactions actually are pretty high, but the more you know, the better you like, and you can just like leave the color on forever, then the higher you're going to climb because you'll know what to do in that interaction. And so what interactions are is actions between two players. And so one player will set an action, and then another player will have a reaction to that action, and that's an interaction. And it's pretty flexible. It doesn't matter which player starts the interaction, aggressively or passively. It just matters that there is an action and then a reaction. And so that's the fundamental basis of how we're going to improve, because in Valorant you win by winning these interactions, and they can all be as simple as they push down B main, I push up B main, they fight, I lose. How do I win that interaction? To there's a turret watching mid. Do I have a molly setup that allows me to destroy this mid turret, creating pressure, and then I win that interaction? Or in that interaction, oh, I need to recall my turret so that bada bing, bada boom, you get the kind of gist behind it. And so when we're learning interactions, it's very good to frame it in a way that allows you to see these as individual pieces. So for example, we're going to say the most basic interaction. I'm actually going to pull an earlier VOD from me. I'm going to pull a VOD from myself. Allow me to dig deep into my reaches real quick. We're going to just look at an interaction. Let's see, and let me pick a time where I'm actively wanting to play. Let's see. We'll go a month. We'll go 7 months ago. We're actually gonna go deep. We're gonna go mega deep. Okay. I didn't play today, right? I didn't play today. Just kidding. Just kidding. I did not play today. Hold on. Let me find one where I did. What is this? This is the switchboard. And I'm always explaining. Let me find one. We'll do recently, because I think I played more recently than coached. Let's see. Just getting reps in. Perfect. Okay. I did play a lot here. Oh yeah, I have the side cam still going. Okay, perfect. Alright. So let's just go to a random round. Okay, so this is round 5. Ascent. I'm playing Sova. It looks like I'm on a low buy, so it's just Sheriff. Sheriff personally versus a full buy. Should bring your VOD. It would be appropriate to put you in the VOD as a student, but this is just applicable. This is the fastest VOD I can find. I could have pulled up any student. I'd rather it just be me. So here we are. I have a couple of interactions in place. So here's the first one. I'm going to walk up. This is an action. So currently my first action is fighting B main. I pull up pen. So this would be what we'd call the first action. And so we push up B main. And what this does is it sets the layer to, okay, this is the first action. How do we respond to this? Okay, I actually dart too. So the idea is I actually took all this space. I pretty much took this space with a recon. There could be a player back here, but if you're back here, waiting for it, there also could be a player tiles. This is also very good. The dart didn't scan that. So it's very likely that those are two threats you could be in, but it's not a problem. So far, my action is I've pushed out. I've collected B space. Where's the reaction? There's no interaction here. I just pushed up. I just played the game myself. There was no pushback. Yeah, the Jett actually killed the mid player, killed A player. And I don't think I do get an interaction this round. And if I do, it's kind of... It's going to be a nothing interaction. I might get a fight here. Yeah, they shouldn't be. Okay, actually, do I get an interaction? I do not. I do not get an interaction. All good. So then we move to this round. What's our interaction? Okay. First action is I shock dart. The push. Of course, this is not a tailored interaction between two individuals. This knife came start of the round. My shock dart came at the start of the round, expecting a flash push. And to get my Reyna into a position to fight B main, the Reyna did not do that because of the knife. It just makes sense not to in that situation. So all these, there are no interactions here. Strictly just action, action. So now, all I have to do is actually not take this fight. Okay, so here is my first interaction. So the first interaction is I'm playing stairs. And I'm looking to swing out and take a fight B main. I'm not going to tell you that this is the correct play. Actually, matter of fact, I will tell you that this is exactly the incorrect play. And this is just like a macro for me, for my example. So we take this interaction and we'll watch pro players play instead. And we'll bring up a VOD from like a professional Sova player. So we would just look up. Oopsie. Okay. That's funny. Sova Ascent. Or Pro Ascent VOD. And look at that. Derek's playing. And we'll go to a gun round because it was a gun round. And this is a gun round. Works for me. It should be buy into buy. Okay, they didn't come B. So we can discount this round. They went A. Okay, he typically starts towards B. He played fast rotate, so this round won't count either. We're looking for a round where he specifically plays stairs and fights main. Dies from A, sure. Okay, fought mid. Nope. Didn't go stairs. Nope, played retake. Towards A. Same idea. Didn't really do it. Okay, we're on B now, but we left. Start. They go A. We're there. CT. He died. So the round's it's just whatever. He played ult. Not on B, not stairs. Cool. Okay, so this is not acceptable. Because it didn't happen. And we also want to be defense because we're looking specifically at a defense gun round. And so we will look for one. See, buy a rifle here. He does not. Okay, this round is not in contention. Brother's AFK. Sick. Had ult too. He was going to play that area anyway. A retake. They lose. Sad. He's in spawn. About to stop clicking Derek VODs. Because I know his ass is not going B. This is a specific weird scenario. Yeah, this is a situation that doesn't no count because he's not fighting from stairs. He played with his mid player because they asked. They win. Ooh, majestic. He's got him. Let's see. Any stairs play before this VOD ends? This goes OT. Here we go. There we go. So we are positioned stairs. So because we're playing stairs, finally checks there and he looks to fight main. And it looks like he doesn't peek into the angle when there's a threat present. Right? He doesn't do that. He's ready to take the fight, but he's not looking for it in the angle. And so he hears the drone, takes the shot at the drone, the smoke comes out to help. and he falls off because that is not a fight anymore. As a matter of fact, they're actually trailing it. They're already outstairs. Oh, it was a market split. Okay, different situation. Okay, fights the lane for his bud. Cool. And he wins the round. And so, you take a look at that, and you, like, compare contrast this. And it's like, okay, so this is now my interaction. So in this situation, they're not doing a market split. So I'm not at risk for this play. And I actually have a cross. So the situation's a little different, but it's kind of similar in nature, where we're not trying to fight this main area. Very incorrect here. So this interaction should be avoided, actually, because it's a bad interaction. You have limited space to work with in this area. They have a hell of a lot more space, and you want to fight them if either in here. This map specifically, you actually want to be fighting like sites. I'd be like over here watching this lane, or I'd be here watching the stairs off angle. Something along those lines. I wouldn't actually be competing to fight into B main and giving them a fight they actually want to see. Considering we're down numbers, it's okay to get aggressive, but they know I'm here because I was tagged by the knife, and this interaction, like, yeah, I don't shoot them, but I shouldn't be prepping to fight here anyway. And so that right there is an example of what you would go through. You would find an interaction between you and your opponents, and you'd evaluate everything that goes into it. And actually, I think because of that, I think we lose the round. Yo, what's up, X-Hog? How's it going? Do we hard lose this? God, no, they're just fucking idiots. There's a chance we actually just win this round. This is so stupid. No, we lose. Okay, we lose because of me. Your grandpa's birthday? Yeah, of course. Catch you later. Catch you later. Thank you for stopping by. All right. But that's pretty much the whole process point behind the switchboard method. And so it allows us to find interactions, and we'll learn from them. Obviously, you shouldn't comb through your entire VOD and try to turn all of these into green. At the end of the day, you want these to be more green than red. That's how a lot of pro players will just get better. Switchboard? Yeah, switchboard. I explained it earlier. Oh boy, well, let's just do that. Oh no. Oh no, where is it? Right here? Perfect. Perfect. Okay, perfect. And so it's actually to give you a recap for everyone who just joined in. For the people who just hopped in, the switchboard method is a term used in fighting games where we look at interactions and try to improve each basic interaction. So the example I was just showing that people got the tail end of, that was me finding an interaction. So I was stairs on ascent, trying to fight for B main. And what we found is that the players just don't do it. Like, I shouldn't be in that situation fighting there anyway, unless I'm holding the angle. Because it's advantageous to hold there, not advantageous to peek into it. Yeah, the fighting game community uses switchboard a lot. It's a very effective way of improving yourself. In fighting games specifically, there isn't really a whole lot of metric. Like, with Valorant, a lot of coaches will tell you to do, like, very broad things. Like, if I gave you notes, it'd be like, oh, yeah, I need you to focus more on your crosshair placement. Very broad topics. Let's say, oh, I need you to be a little bit more involved in your map awareness. You need to start looking at the map more, look at rotations, all that kind of stuff. And I will give you, like, blanket statements or blanket concepts and ideas that you will understand because I've explained them and you'll kind of get the gist of it, but it's not the most effective way to improve at this game. And so I do believe that this method is very much better because it encourages you to, one, play more. You need more hours in the game, generally, if you want to improve. And this also gives you just a foundational, like, checklist for yourself. It involves VOD reviewing yourself, comparing that to like, pro plays, but looking specifically for those interactions. Let's say the same example I just used, I watched Derek. I sifted through 3 games, and I found one interaction where he copied me, and he didn't fight anyone. He shot a drone and fell off. And so what that tells me is that that's not an interaction. That's not, I should not be taking that fight because it's not good for me. And so what it would be is I would change this, one of these reds to a green, because now I understand, like, oh, this is how you can't force this fight because it's bad for you as a defender. And so I won't do it anymore because it's not good. But if I'm holding it, that's a different story. Holding it is good, but I would never peek into that. And so eventually over the course of so many times, you've ingrained all these situations into yourself until they're so unconscious, you don't have to think about them, and then you just start playing like a better player because you understand how to win most of these interactions. That's the general gist. I didn't have a VOD today, so I wanted to get out and just record this kind of segment. just to have this, so I don't have to go and redo it every time. Every time I post a video, I'll just leave this as like the start, and then I'll get into it. But there are situations where you do need to do the general thing. Moreover so. Because a lot of the basics I've actually found to be very simple to, like, people who play will get a hang of it more often than not. Like, when I tell someone to focus on crosshair placement, I feel like the longer you play the game, it'll just naturally get better through experience. I've seen. If it doesn't, that means you're actively trying your best to not improve. You're just getting back into Val? Hell yeah. I'm now fully a coach. I'm no longer playing the game. I'm just coach, man. Yeah, so I'll pass the torch on to you. But yeah, this is a good idea because I want people to stop paying for coaching. Stop it. This is the free, all-encompassing way to get better. And you don't need outside influence unless you don't understand why. So, in the previous example, I could understand someone not knowing. Let's go back to it. Like, I'm sure someone would see this, like a lower rated player, I could tell you would see this and be like, oh, I shot too early and I whipped on this guy. Right? And it's like, okay, that's not the reason why this is a bad situation. And you would look for it. It's like, I can't find it. Maybe I just whiffed. All good. And this is when you would need a coach, when it becomes subjective, but most of the time you really don't need it. I know when, so funny story, there is a phenomenon to this. I will don't save it. So there's a phenomenon to this, and it's called, what's it called? It's tip of my tongue. I'll make up a word if I have to. But so let's say we'll call it the break fallacy. Spelling pending. Because I will not allow myself to actually tell you what. No, I spelled it right. Yeah, no, I spelled it right. It just looks bad because I can't write. No, I'm good. I'm good. But because your skill is into 3 separate lanes. So think about you as A, B, and C. A being the best, B being average, and C being worst. And so when you come off of a break, you have no reference point for your, like, average skill, especially long break. Long breaks feel this specifically. You lose this division between A, B, and C, right? Because all of it's just going to look like B. And so what this does is it makes it seem like, wow, I'm just clicking people, dog. I'm just killing. I'm absolutely slaying them. I'm going I'm going in. You'll never stop me. I'm the one who stormed the castle at night. And at the end of the day, eventually you'll realize that this isn't what's happening. You've actually been having a lot of A games because you come back, you're feeling refreshed, you're looking good, you did your hair that morning, your wrist is nice and healthy, you probably did some forearm training, you know, you did all that. And eventually your body will remember, like, oh shit, wait, I'm supposed to actually be bad at some point. And so eventually this number will shift. So let's say this is an arbitrary like 600 number of skill. This will shift to like 500. And then it'll shift down to 475 and so on and so forth until it finds like where you are. Because you feel like you're playing better, but you actually haven't improved your skills at all, right? Like you've been gone for, in your case, 3 weeks. And in those 3 weeks, have you been like excessively aim training? Have you been looking at VODs? Have you been implementing the stuff you've been learning into the game? Probably not. Actually, you can't be because you haven't been playing the game. And so what this does is your body is like, okay. It goes back into your B average. Just been playing League. Hey, I hate Riot as much as the next guy. But League is addicting. I've been there. 300. Jesus Christ. Whoa. You trying to go pro in League? I can coach, I think. I don't understand anything about League. I understand MOBAs. Like I can coach in MOBAs in general. But my game knowledge is a little lacking in League. That would actually have to be a learning process because I don't know a lot of the interactions in League between any specific champion matchups, item specific matchups. Like, is there a matchup that's just unwinnable no matter what? Is there a matchup that you just can't win? Is there like an item build that can save you in a specific matchup? Do you have to think about that during the course of a game? I just don't know. I don't play. I got good at Dota, and that took me 2,000 hours to get good at Dota. But I don't want to do that again. I don't want to get good at, like, a MOBA again. The amount of time and energy and resources that go into it would be astronomical. I don't want to learn rocket science just to be good again. I really don't. Oh yeah, thank you for the Prime. I actually missed that notification. Thank you so much. But yeah, there you go. That's your break fallacy. So yeah, don't be discouraged if you come back and it doesn't look super hot. That's how it be. What? I mean, I'm gonna keep it $150. A lot of my notes now for a lot of the students I have is like, you gotta play more. You don't have enough hours. You're not aware that someone can peek you from like top mid of split. Like that, you don't understand that there's a threat window. Like you don't know that. You've never been killed there. But now that you're facing better players that have those hours, they've taken those fights, you die, and you just need time to look at it. Yeah, it's because the funniest one is I have a couple of students who are quote unquote stuck. But would you like to guess their hours? Because it's really funny. And so stuck players, I would consider stuck players at around 500 to like 1,000. And if you haven't made it to, I'd say the benchmark is like diamond, like ascendant in those hours. It's a fair market. This is also assuming that you've had some hours where you're not actively focusing on getting better. Like you're not trying to learn interactions or you're not trying to learn a fundamental mechanic of the game. Like you're not looking to improve these specific fundamentals. Totally fine. I say 500 to an hour just to get under full understanding of how the game is meant to be played is totally fine, an average. And so my students have is they have 127 hours. And I think the other one actually has less at I think they have a little more. Hold on. Allow me to verify and fact check. And I'm only counting comp hours because that's the highest pressure. Doesn't make sense for me not to count it. So yeah, okay, so it's 175, and the other one is... Okay, they've actually put in some more hours since I've last talked to them, but 234. And those are all in there and around the gold, silver range. And so, they're not here yet. And so I don't have to worry about them because they're not hard stuck. They're just having some off games. You're trying to rank up no matter what? Alright. Okay. Hear me out. I don't think this is all the best advice for improving at the game. But I will give you the best tips to rank up as fast as possible. Mind you, we're... I'm not even thinking like literally. Here's some advice that I actually learned from or not learned, because this isn't like new information to me. Like I wasn't against it, but it's Kimmy. And so the first one is dodge maps you're bad at. I don't even have to put the full. Just dodge maps. No shade, it's actually fully correct. Let's say you have a couple of maps that are like 60% win rate. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get really good at those. And then you have a map where you have like a 29% win rate. It's statistically incorrect to want to play into this map. Like, you don't want to play into this map at all. But the idea behind this win rate being so low is because you don't know how to play the map and you don't know the macro behind playing the map. And if you don't understand like the macro behind it, you're never going to like improve at that level of your gameplay. So you're going to be stuck if that issue comes again. And a lot of maps have this similar macro issue. So for example, if you're bad at Haven, you'll typically be bad at Lotus because their macro is kind of the same and how you play the map is really similar. And so you'll lose on those maps. And it's like, damn, I just gotta dodge so many maps. 29 is it's just a number. As long as it's below 50%. Like if it's below 50%, that's not really good. You want it to be around 50%. 49, 51, like within that range, really. You don't really want it to be like 45 is really good, bad. I'd say that's like your cutoff. I would try it like 47. 46 is like eh. But once you're 45 or below, that's when you've really hit rock bottom and you don't want to be a part of this. So that was the first one that's really funny. The second one is also a D, and it's duo queue / stack. And I 100% agree with this for ranking up. For improvement, I've been under the understanding that people improve at different rates, and so one person will get to gold 3 before the other person. And so it's really hard because then you get placed in matches where you're the top dog and they're the bottom dog, and then you build these bad habits that really don't help you in the long run. However, if you duo queue or just stack with people that are equal or better than you, you'll climb faster. You will. Will you get better? That's debatable. That is super debatable. He says yes, you'll get better because you have to adjust to these guys because you don't want to let them down, which is a good fear, but not a reliable way, because that could lead to frustration. That could lead to an unwillingness to play, because it's like, I'm not really keeping up with them. I can't keep up. And it could be an excellent motivator, but there are times where it could just be too much, and then you would lose your love for the game and you would just stop playing. And then you'd just be like, well, I'll just play for fun. And that's all fair and good, but if you want to improve, that's a big roadblock. $40 game, 70%. Yowzers. Yowzers. Ooh. When your duo is an all right game, so you just kind of have to you just gotta play League. I mean, same concept applies for League too. If you dolo queue, you remove, and the idea behind it is that we're removing randomness, and so it gives you a lot more control in what's happening. But if you don't know what's happening anyway, it doesn't matter to do so. I've seen many a games where it doesn't matter who you're queued with, you're just not winning that game. Going into the next one for climbing specifically. By the way, I'm going to make this climbing not improving. And so we're going to go, I'm just going to let that be a triangle because I don't want to erase it. The next one he would do, I mean, that's pretty much, oh yeah, buy skins. Yeah. Okay. So, big issues on this one. So the idea is that this can also fall under the idea of listen to music. And, like, only play when healthy. And the root of all this for the idea for all of these is that we want to play at our best. Or, like, feel our best. Not necessarily be at our best form, but we just want to feel at the best. And so what this does is if you feel better while playing with music, or you feel better when you have the cool skins, or when you just feel better when playing, you'll climb more because then you'll typically play better. And obviously, because I literally just exclaimed that we're humans, we can't play at our physical peak at all consistently. It's impossible. We can just get better at our floor, get better at our ceiling, and that just raises the average as you keep going. You just get better in general, but you can't control what you're having. Like a pro player can drop 28, 10, 7 in a game, and then next game they'll go like 9, 10, 7. And that's like a high variance. Most pros won't have that. They'll have like a decent variance, but it happens, and it happens to everyone. It's okay. Inconsistency is a part of the game. It's just improving on our interactions that will get better. And so this one I would debunk for a little bit. Problems with it gatekeeps behind money. When you have to spend money to get better at a game, it's kind of like, I kind of don't feel it. Listening to music actually hurts your ability to hit, like you were actually mentioning it here too, where you were like, I can't listen to the in-game sounds when I have music on. And yeah, that's a huge problem. If you can't hear what's happening, you can't make informed decisions, and it kind of clouds your ability to play. While you're like kind of mellowed and feeling good, you'll still just die, and then you'll be like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, these are all like good ideas, and obviously playing when you're healthy is just a good thing in general. Like if you're sick, don't play. If you have like muscle spasms, don't play. Yeah, Valorant's really bad. I mean, Riot's really bad with their monetization nowadays with skins. It's actually quite disgusting how much money they're shilling into this stuff. But, I mean, it's fair. Alright, what's another one? I'm trying to remember, because I'm not trying to pull up the video. I watched it a while ago, and I'm like, this guy's just saying things that everyone said. Yeah, I've heard about that big Ari skin. I know it is locked behind Faker as like an anniversary, or more of like a, what is it, like an honoring of him? Yeah, and apparently it spawned this whole movement that we're just banning Ari now so that we can ban the skin. I think that price point is ridiculous. I also heard that it was really scummy that they were not giving him a larger portion of the of the award. I think they're actually taking a majority cut, which is kind of fucked if you're doing it for Faker. I know he's a pro player. He gets a lot of money. He has a lot of deals. He's all right. Like, I'm not going to cry for him for his wallet. Not a big deal, but it's kind of fucked that they're taking a majority share when it's for him. I feel like if they're going to do that, they should at least 60-40 it so that the majority is not crazy. I'm not insane. Like, I think a 90-10 split is actually insane, considering that the entire idea behind it is that it's for him and his, like, service to League. I feel like that's kind of shady. Yeah, the price point is kind of ridiculous, though. Yeah, good God. I think, yeah, those leaks, I would not. I have paid that much money for skins. I have. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. If I could go back and not spend any money on skins, I would. I would absolutely not spend money. But that's a decision that I have made, and I have to live with the regret for the rest of my life. So whatever. I've done it for Dota 2, I've done it for League, I've done it for Valorant, I've done it for Overwatch. I've been there, I've done it. If I'd go back, I would not do it anymore. But hey, we're here now. I'd probably be a millionaire if skins didn't exist. I don't even want to look at the number, it's just gonna annoy me. Alright, what was another one you kind of brought up? There was not really a lot. There wasn't really a whole lot more to ranking up. There was like play during specific time windows. I thought this was really super fucking official. Like, you have to play between like 8 a.m. and like 12, like noon, because that's when a lot of kids are at school. Like, it's a lot of just stay-home people that are chill and stuff like that. And it's like, it's just, you get what you get. Like, yeah, you probably shouldn't queue when everyone gets home. Like, that's fair. Yeah, you shouldn't do it. Like, maybe don't queue like midday weekends. Like, fair. Whatever. If your experience is bad, it's whatever. But you're gonna encounter bad people no matter what. If you catch the people who are just doom queuing and you're wide awake, you'll probably beat them. But not a big deal. Thinking minimally. Been playing a lot better. Hell yeah, yeah. Cause a lot of let's talk about improvement now. Cause that's actually a good statement to bring up. So when you're improving, I found this better. The people who overthink typically play worse than the people who don't. Or actually, it would be an L. And then, like, the simple player. People called it the stupid player, and I think that's incorrect. I think that's really not understanding what's going on there. Like, stupid people aren't better. They're also smart at the game. Like, he just... what was... I don't remember who made the content, but someone was just bashing their friend. Like, yeah, this guy's the dumbest motherfucker on the planet, but he's Radiant. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, I'm just shooting people. That was his quote from him. And like, yeah, that it's pretty simple, not stupid. But yeah, that's the whole thing. We're not trying to overthink and complicate and, like, number crunch the game. We're just making it simple for ourselves. And yeah, when you're currently practicing the fundamentals, you're looking at the things we've worked on, and you're thinking about them, but you're not, like, over analyzing it. Yeah, you're on the Lily Pichu grind, where she was just bronze forever and all of her friends were getting into diamond immortal, and it's just like, man, I just want to get to that next rank. I want to play with my friends, man. And Yeah, a lot of people have been there. It's it's quite annoying when everyone just grows, but everyone grows at a different rate, and sometimes they need more guidance than the other people. And yeah, I agree. I think if you overtry, like you overthink, you're trying to learn every single little thing to try to catch up to them, you'll never catch up. You'll get stuck forever. And so we just learn a little bit at a time, and eventually we'll catch up. Yeah. Yeah, my group is a little bit similar to that, where it's I'm immortal. We have an ascendant diamond player, kind of flip flop between the two. And then the next one in our group is gold. And well, because I don't play anymore, and then we have a couple silvers, a couple bronzes, and a lot of irons. But yeah, it just happens over time. And it depends on how much effort and time you put into it. Like for example, like you said, that they're playing a lot more than you are, right? But I bet you're better at League than most of them are. Sometimes you're not, sometimes you get like a freak of nature as a friend. But yeah, that division just happens over time. Okay, it's actually close to 7. I did set an appointment up with some friends. I was going to hang out with them later today. So any quick questions before I cut it off? Ask them now or forever hold your peace. Yeah. Most don't play League. I mean, fair. Not a great comparison. I'm like, I claim I'm I'm the second best stick fight player in the world, but literally, or I'm definitely the best in my friend group, but none of us play. So it's like, okay. Yeah, any last questions before I cut off for the day? I know I've only been streaming for 47 minutes. I'm really supply versus demand is I am lowering my supply also because my demand is mega low. How should someone re-peek or peek an angle properly without getting one tapped? Okay, so let's frame this in a way that makes sense. So let's say this is the corner and this is your crosshair, and you want to peek someone that is theoretically over here. Okay, you don't want to re-peek this angle ever. This is actually very disadvantageous to you. How to dry peek the safest way possible? Yeah, jump spot. So if you want to do that, you want to jump spot around the corner, catch the information, fall back. That's the safest way to peek. You don't want to re-peek an angle when you know someone's there and they know you're there, because their crosshair, if they're holding you, their crosshair's ready for you. There's a couple of ways you could do this. Obviously there's the jump spot pre-fire combo, where you jump spot out, you catch their information, and if they don't move, you just pre-fire where they were. You have the shoulder peeking, so where you'll throw your shoulder around this corner, then you'll come back and you'll do it a couple of times, and then you'll cut wide and then shoot them. But the idea is that you don't want to just come out, because they're just going to kill you every time. You want to make the fight really, really dangerous for them. You want them to have to kind of think about how they take the engagement, or force them to not take the engagement, because it's really awkward for them. Yeah, so just to throw some variable. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to just take this out, but you want to do a little something for it. You do your safe option first, or a couple of times. You know, you don't want to be repetitive, but you do your safe option. And then once you feel like they're not expecting it, then you do your kill option, which is to go wide, or just to do the standard peek, you know, just depending on what you do, or like the Ferrari, where you're just shooting as you're going, you know. So I'd say if we had to format this into like I hate putting this into a flowchart, but let's say we're in the situation, you do safe, and then it's like, so then you ask yourself, are you ready? If the answer is no. If the answer is no, then you do safe again. If the answer is yes, and you're ready to take the fight, and you feel like they're not ready to take the fight, you just fight. And then this ends your line, but then you keep drawing these until you get until fight. And so that's how I'd flowchart it. But there you go. Here, I'll show you the full flowchart. I'll show you the full flowchart to give you a little, so let's say interaction. Let's say we'll start safe. We'll always start safe. The flowchart threw you off? No, totally fine. I'm gonna explain it better. What's representing? Okay. So let's say this is the safe peak. So all these are peaks, by the way, because we're intending to take the commit. So this is a safe peak. Are we ready for the fight? That's the question. The given question is, are we ready? Or let's say we'll double this as a question that has two prompts to it. Are we ready? Is the enemy ready? And we want these to be opposite. So we want this to be yes and this to be no. That's the idea behind this. And so we do the first interaction line. And so we say yes, yes. And then we go, okay. We'll do another safe one. Let's say, and then obviously this permeation gets a little wild. So I'm not going to commit to it, actually. Just kidding. That'd take forever. Forget the flowchart. You understand it. I don't have to go super in depth on that. I figured. I thought about it and I'm like, I'm not going to make a whole flowchart now. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, that does it. I'm going to have to sign out. I'm 5 minutes late now. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you still are, good luck in the climb. I'll catch you guys next time. I'll likely see you Wednesday. I'll definitely be live Tuesday, but that'll be horror. You guys won't get to hear a word about Valorant. I won't let it. I'll ban the word from my chat if I have to. But yeah, maybe I'll see you Wednesday. Who knows? It'll be likely Wednesday or Thursday. But yeah, thank you for watching. Good luck on the climb. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.